Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finishing off the weekly series with the sign of Pisces. This is of course for today, November 3rd to the 9th. And Pisces, you are up. It is your time to have your weekly reading. If you're new to my channel, what we do every week, I pull out 3 romance angel messages. Then I pull out 3 animal spirits from the Wild Unknown deck. And then I go ahead into your actual tarot forecast with the Rider-Waite deck. And for those of you who are returning, my regulars, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and I love you very much. So, Pisces, let's just see what your week is all about. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Nice. I love that card. Flirt and passion. Pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. All right. So we've got some different messages here, right? And we won't really know how that plays out for you until we actually get into your forecast. So before we do that, let's get out your animal spirits for the week. Now, animal spirits are just energies. They're just descriptive of certain energies, essences, archetypal essences that we can all tap into at certain times. These may be energies that are becoming available to us or that we're learning to tap into. They can also represent new stages in life. They can also represent personality traits and characteristics of individuals that you may be dealing with this week. All right? So, my lovely Pisces, let's just see what you may or may not have working with you this week in the way of your animal spirit. Now, please just take what applies to you. If it doesn't apply to you, if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you, okay? And that's fine too. B energy, the great Democrat in the deck. The B is a beautiful personality to be around. Certainly makes a lot of effort with individuals. Buffalo, earth energy. Of course, the B is air. And we have the fox. Wow, more earth energy. All right, so before we get into your forecast, we're going to review these cards for you, these animal spirits. So first off, we have the bee. The bee is a great personality to be around, okay? This is a great team player. The bee is the animal spirit for the Democrat, right? They always look to make sure that everyone is taken care of, everyone is considered. They work tirelessly and well in a group to a common objective. They are artists at heart, right? Bees are artists at heart, so they always tend to bring a nice flair of artistic talent to whatever they do. And they're just very enthusiastic and motivational, very, very hardworking, and they make a lot of effort. Make the effort is synonymous with bee energy, and they're really people who resonate with this animal spirit are really a delight to be around. Now, the buffalo is earth energy, and the buffalo talks about being grounded, yet spiritual, right? Heavenly, practical, but heavenly. And because it is an earth spirit, it is an earth animal spirit, but the buffalo is really rooted in higher ways of thinking, connecting the spirit with the practical. The buffalo sees everything in life as an opportunity for upliftment and progression, for spiritual upliftment. So in this way, the buffalo sees obstacles, difficulties, troubles, right, in life that you may come across as an opportunity to gain spiritual enlightenment. And so this is how the buffalo, although it is a very strong earth animal, is very, very tied to spiritual matters, wisdom, practicality. They have a very heavenly sense about them. They have an understanding about life that makes it so that they don't fear death or illness. They don't fear some of the things that most of us fear because they see the transcendence. They look to the road ahead, right? And they have a real deep wisdom about them. Very strong energy. And certainly when you're dealing with very difficult financial, material issues, environment issues, issues to do with the material world, Buffalo energy can really come in to remind you that there is bliss and spirituality in everything. And even through troubled times, you can find a way for upliftment, right? You can find a way to uplift yourself. Now, the fox is also another earth energy, but the fox is a very, very sweet, charismatic, animal spirit. This animal spirit is really lovely for a mate, a life partner. They make the perfect life partners. They're very smart. They're very wise teachers. They're very adaptable. They learn quickly. And when they commit to relationships, they commit for a very long time, right? Their practicality and their, I want to say, charm continues to bring newness into a relationship. It can keep a relationship fresh, and yet at the same time, they're in it for the long haul. They don't get distracted or led astray easily. They're there for their mate, and they really do everything they can for those that they love, right? Very strong, very practical, very helpful, very supportive energy, and really the perfect kind of energy that you like to have when you're dealing with a life partner. Now, let's get right into your animal spirits. Your tarot forecast. We're going to pull out anywhere from 4 to 8 3-card spreads for you, Pisces, just to see where you may be at this week, what kind of events you may be going through, what kind of week you're going to be having. Now, you may not resonate with all of these, and that's fine. And these forecasts don't necessarily have to relate to each other, and they may not all be for the same Pisces, okay? So just take what applies to you and disregard the rest. Now, it's been a really big week for the weekly readings, cross watchers. You'll know if you've watched some of my other weeklies that this has been a heavy weekly reading week in the sense that everybody is really going through serious change, but change in a way that really makes the way for a lot of growth and abundance to come in December, which promises to come in for a lot of you. All right, let's get right into it, Pisces. Straight out, we have 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So you start off the week really kind of looking back, right? You're really kind of very reflective this week. You're waking up to kind of the end of a period in your life. You've had enough of kind of a particular burden, but you know that you still have a little bit further to go. You know that although you're tired and you're exhausted, you still have a little bit more effort to make before you can finally put this very difficult time in your life behind you. At the same time, you're very reflective as well. You're starting to realize some of the some of the impact that this journey or this particular stage in your life has had on you. You're realizing and really seeing, for good or bad, you're really seeing that that you've really taken some injury, maybe psychically or emotionally, and you're beginning to understand that perhaps some of the things that you've been carrying with you as a result of this recent time in your life may not be so healthy for you, and maybe time for you to lay those things down. These could be things like negative self-image or doubt. I want to say just like not feeling confident, right? Having self-esteem issues, having insecurity issues, having the type of issues that we all kind of get that are leftovers from perhaps trauma or trials and tribulations, a period in your life where you've really had to go through a lot. It's been very painful. It's been very hard on you, right? And these times in our lives, they leave these little psychic scars, right? They leave these emotional scars. And so some of them, or I want to say emotional baggage, not so much a scar, because a scar implies that it won't ever go away, but it's more like baggage that you pick up along the way as a result of what you've been through. And you start to recognize this baggage, right? So it feels very much like you're waking, not so much waking up, but you're recognizing these things, and you're recognizing that the time is quickly coming that this needs to stop, that the stage of your life needs to come to an end, and that it's all within your power really to lay down some of this baggage and to rise above and move ahead of this stage. However, there's still a little bit more work to do, and there could be a very real responsibility or burden that you just have to carry until it's done. But this is like the last lap, right? So you feel this way this week. You're coming into the week with this kind of energy, and you're met with a 9 of Cups. Interestingly enough, this 9 of Cups, somebody is flirting with you. Somebody's handing you a cup of love. They're kind of making their way to you. They're maybe making an effort to speak with you this week, or to try to get, a conversation going or a meeting going, or let you know, hey, I'm interested. And it's quite interesting because you end the week with the Knight of Wands, right? And the Knight of Wands is very kind of enthusiastic. They're kind of like the knight who pushes you to go after your dreams, no matter how wacky they are. They're like, come on, let's go do it. If you need to, if you need your sort of... your fire stoked, right? Your desire and your ambition reignited after a period of perhaps 9 of Wands, right? A period where it hasn't been so exciting. You've been kind of worn down. The Knight of Wands is the one who comes in for that. And it's interesting. You kind of have this one individual who comes in flirting with you, but you end up the week with this kind of very ambitious attitude to move forward. It could be that this is a result of meeting this person. Okay, this person comes in and they really make an effort with you. And I think for some of you, this connection or this effort with this person, or maybe just this little break from what you've been going through by flirting and just enjoying some romantic time, really reinvigorates you. It kind of gets you like, whew, all right, I got my last little bit of steam and I can make it to the 10 of Wands, right? Because we're talking, what I said here is that you're still kind of digging up this last bit of energy to go through this stage. Could very well be, and I feel for some of you, that this individual, this Knight of Cups who comes in this week, Pisces, and of course they resonate with your energy because Knight of Cups is water. Knights are air though. So we're talking about the airy aspect of water. So Knight of Cups could be someone who, yes, is compatible with you, Pisces, in the sense that they do vibrate with water energy and they're very sensitive and emotional, but they also vibrate with that Knight's energy in the sense that they're very communicative about it. They really want to express themselves, they want to express their feelings to you. And all of this just really kind of gives you the strength that you need to move on. It's kind of almost like a little pick-me-up. Oh. We're not doing reversals. 10 of Wands, strength, and the World card. So there's your 10 of Wands. So some of you have been in this period, you're at this stage where you're just gathering your energy to get through, and some of you have gone through that stage and you're there. You're ready to lay down your wands. You're ready to say goodbye to the burdens that you've been carrying that really have just been nothing more than a crutch for you now. Maybe at one point they felt as though you needed them, but now you eventually realized that you were using them as a crutch, and now of course you're at the stage where you realize they're not even a crutch, they're an impediment to your progress. They block your forward momentum and progress, and it's time to lay it down. This is the end of a burden, the end of a long, difficult period of time, Pisces. You've really been worn down. I can feel the energy. And strength comes in this week. And I think strength comes in to just pick you back up a little bit and remind you just how strong you are. I know that sometimes the end of a road, the end of a long journey, I want to say that a lot of times people feel very happy to lay down burdens, right? To lay down these 10 wands represent all of the negative baggage, self-image, self-esteem, self-confidence issues, insecurity issues, negative thinking, negative self-image. These things that really attack our psyche, that come from this baggage that we carry as a result of going through a difficult time. When we lay this down, a lot of times people assume that you should just be automatically sort of like happy and free and ready to go. But even when a bad stage in your life ends, there is a mourning period, right? There's always a mourning period, you know, and this is something that a lot of people don't understand. You don't only mourn the things that you lose that made you happy. You mourn everything that you lose. Anything that is lost or that comes to an end involves a certain bit of sadness and mourning, even if it was something awful, right? And there's certain energies associated with that, which I'm not going to get into right here. But what I will say is that strength comes in this week, because although you're happy to be done with this stage, you do feel a little bit battered. You feel a little bit like, oh, okay, I made it, but am I 100%? Am I whole? You know, this was tiring. I know that I made it through. I know that it's now behind me, but I don't know if it took everything I had out of me. And I think strength energy comes in this week, and strength comes in the form of events, things that you may encounter this week, conversation, events, occurrences, etc., meetings with people, whatever your week is like. Things will come in that will remind you exactly how strong you are. And I think it will give you a lot of confidence, Pisces. I think it's going to fill that well that is still quite sad and mourning really everything that you had to go through. Sometimes we're just feeling sad for ourselves that we had to go through it, right? Especially if you enter a marriage, for example, could be in entering into something like a marriage at a very young age, having a long marriage and it ending because the marriage at the end of it wasn't very happy. Sometimes you even mourn the little girl or little boy that started that relationship all those many years ago, because you know you're not that person anymore, and now you're at the end of this stage and the relationship is gone, it broke up. And so you mourn a lot of different things in this scenario. Strength comes in certainly to give you confidence and help. I spent a little time with that because the energy I was feeling with that is that for some of you out there, you really, it's going to be tough. And I wanted you to understand that this is normal. This is very normal sort of feelings that come in after a Ten of Wands moment. And you end the week with the World card. So you end the week feeling very confident, very good. You're boosted. Whatever mourning or sadness or whatever residual kind of angsty energy you had with the ending of this stage is gone. And you really come into a very, very confident period where you know also that all of this needed to happen. In a sense that, and what I mean to say, Pisces, is that you very quickly integrate this experience into your sort of knowledge and your wisdom, right? And you integrate the experience in the sense that you learn what you needed to learn and you let it go. It's not like you hold on to anything, right? That's what Ten of Wands is about, letting go. And you feel very, very much like you're where you're supposed to be. Aries, Aries, Emperor, Two of Wands, and the Lovers. So some of you start this week off with a renewed sense of authority in a particular relationship, I want to say, or a particular place in your life. I want to say this is about your life in general, not necessarily your career or your job, but this is about you starting your week, Pisces, kind of back at the helm, back in control of your life, right? The Emperor talks about stability coming in, power coming in, strength coming in, authority as well. Oftentimes the Emperor shows up when you are reestablishing your authority or your leadership in a particular area or on a particular project. But here we're talking about I want to say for you, Pisces, you just kind of get back to the helm of your ship and you come in this week in a very strong position. You have a Two of Wands meeting you, and there's something that you want to move full steam ahead on, right? Now, this could be very well just laying down sort of your I want to say this could be taking the leadership in your household, laying down sort of what needs to be done, where we're going to go, making the decisions for the family. If you are in a family or you're in a relationship, right? Or just in general in your life, making certain decisions about your next step on your path in a very kind of like, you don't take any advice, you know what I mean? You don't talk to any, this is very much you being in control of your life. I want to feel for some of you, Emperor comes in so strongly like this because it could be that you're coming out of a period where you haven't had that much control of your life, where others perhaps were controlling your life, or where others were in charge of which way you went. For whatever reason, whether it could be because of work or family responsibilities or whatever place you were. I feel like for some of you Pisces, you were in a space where you weren't really the one making the decisions for your own life. And so now you come into a position of stability, and you begin to be the one to be able to make those own decisions. And you come in with this Two of Wands, which is actually Mars and Aries energy. And you really go full steam ahead with your vision, right? Whatever your vision is that perhaps up until now you haven't been able to sort of really move on, you go full steam ahead, and you end with another Two of Cups. So this week is a lot about you finding balance again in your life, really taking control of your life again, those of you who are resonating with this, and being able to move forward with a particular goal, making the effort, and also being able to move forward, and also coming together with a love connection, right? Moving forward with a love connection, right? This could very well be that you're coming to the week also, Pisces, some of you taking the lead in this connection in the sense that you're setting up, okay, where are we going to live? Are we going to move in together? If we do, this is where we need to live, and blah, blah, blah. It's like you take real authority over the kind of logistics of being in a relationship with somebody, the environmental logistics even. It could be that you take steps to buy a house, or you take steps to sort of solidify someplace where you guys are going to now live together, or you begin to take steps to solidify, for instance, money or income coming in so that you guys can begin to travel together if that's what you want to do, and work towards a life together, but you take the responsibility for that. I want to say this is certainly for some of you Pisces who are in a relationship that is where the commitment is getting deeper, and you are taking sort of the helm and the leadership and all of that. King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. I'm going to end on this one. Some of you start off the week in a real power position when it comes to your career or your job, right? But you may even be looking to invest money, right? But you come into a period of Four of Pentacles. So although you have already a proven track record for success in your work or in your career, there is a period coming up where you feel like some of your finances, the stability of some of your finances may be threatened by something, right? It could be that you have more something. Here's the first time where I really see pay attention to red flags coming in. This could very well be that you've been helping too many people. This could be too many people coming in and asking for you to lend them money or help them out, right? You know, because you do have a proven track record, you do have a certain amount of abundance and success under you, Pisces, for whoever is resonating with this, right? You are certainly someone who has experience and that people respect in your field, but you are certainly looking this week in this energy of like your finances being threatened, this feeling of like, you know, something is too much. There's too much pull on it, or there's some kind of if you have investments and there's some kind of different indicators coming in that are giving you pause for thought, pay attention to that. Take a look at your indicators, you know what I mean? Like, just pay attention to things this week, because there is a feeling of something coming in to threaten your stability. You do, in the end of the week, you end up with a Seven of Pentacles, and that's just kind of like this threat or this scare really makes you reevaluate where you're at with your finances. It makes you reevaluate, I think, some of the investments. This is a real money reading for some of you Pisces. I'm going to say that this particular forecast here is for some Pisces, may only resonate with one or two of you out there, but this is for some of you who have money investments. You have perhaps capital tied up in land investments, real estate investments, whatever you have. You're working in some area with finance that is an investment, that is a yield, or you are working perhaps in futures, or in options. You may be buying options or things like that, right? This is very speculative. However, up until now, it's been very, you may have been a very conservative. And for those of you who are financial people, you're going to understand what I mean when I say you've been very bearish, right? You haven't been bullish. You've been very bearish, and so you've been very conservative with your investments. However, this week there's a feeling that something is coming in, so please take care to look at that. Whatever it is, there's something that I'm investing, and you are going to be put in a position where you will have to reevaluate everything that you're doing. You may even have to reevaluate your portfolio or your investment strategy. All right, this is a strange one, this last one. This last one to me was very specific. The message was very, very specific to me, and I do hope that this resonates with someone. All right, Pisces, this is my reading. I do hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. This is the last of the weekly series for November 3rd to the 9th. And the next videos up will, of course, be carrying on with the November love readings. And then don't forget to look out for the new moon and full moon readings this month on my channel. I'll be doing a new moon reading for each of the signs and a full moon reading for November and December, because the astrological aspects this next couple months are going to be so impactful. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for stopping by, and I shall see you next week for next week's weeklies. Bye-bye, Pisces.